Well, he was paid, apparently, $15 million to be in the latest Avengers movie. Apparently his net worth is about $30 million, according to showbiz websites, which of course are always true, but still. This is what he wrote today while having a crack at the 1%. It's time for economic revolution. Capitalism today is failing us, killing us and robbing our children's future. He got paid $15 million to be a green superhero. Unless he has decided to redistribute that wealth, Scott, he can go jump.
Mate, you're so right. You're so right. The socialism is running wild, obviously, in Hollywood there in terms of those pay packets. I mean, each according to his needs and each according to his labours. I mean, $15 million. The Incredible Sulk, as not the Incredible Sulk, but the Incredible Sulk. Look, this is an extraordinary situation that we see, and it's not just Mark there. How many people are jumping on the socialist bandwagon out there, even in the heart of and the home of capitalism in America? That when you have a look at those surveys of how many people say, oh yeah, I don't mind socialism, get real, look at the numbers and see what capitalism, free enterprise, has delivered. Not just in the last 10 years, 20 years, last century, in terms of the improvements across the world, in terms of health outcomes, life expectancy, reductions in poverty, all those things. And someone from the complacency of their Hollywood mansion says, mate, capitalism's dead, let's abandon that, as they rack in $15 million for a film. But
also, it's this thing, Gideon, where if somebody was brave enough to say, look, I have to get paid because I do these things, but I'm donating all of it, or I'm selling the mansion, I'm going to keep living in the one-bedroom unit, then, OK, they're actually fair income about living the life of not accumulating and spreading and all the rest. But I'm sure this is a daily conversation at the IPA, but I'm fascinated by this. What is with the current phenomena of particularly a band of rich people who want to embrace policies that, well, would come right after them? Do they have an expectation that if they kiss the ring, then when the revolution comes, you know, the mob won't knock on his gates?
No, I don't think it's even anything as sophisticated as that. I mean, this is, and look, this is a new phenomenon in Hollywood. I mean, Hollywood has been, by and large, the sort of magnet for champagne socialists, certainly ever since I can remember. And, you know, I'm used to it. I'm used to celebrities ventilating poorly informed opinions and showing a complete lack of self-awareness. But what gets me is the point that Scott very aptly touched on, that, you know, this is such a misunderestimation or a misunderstanding of capitalism and the free market. The free market has done more to lift people out of poverty than any other institution in the history of human civilization. In 1990, 1.9 billion people around the world lived in extreme poverty. These by 2030, that number is projected to be dropped to just 500 million. And that is solely because of countries adopting market economies, the rule of law, and various other staples of Western civilization and democratic governance that mean that people can get ahead and people can improve their lot in life and their circumstances. So for the Mark Ruffalos of the world to decry that very same system, I just think it's very, very self-defeating, because the most disadvantaged and vulnerable people in the world will be deprived of a system that, frankly, we in the West have enjoyed for decades and generations.